Welcome. We are going to test out the Thrustmaster T-Flight Hotas 1 flight stick on the Xbox Series X using Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So we're going to be doing the private pilot license scenario for solo flights. So let's begin. All right, we're going to be doing a standard traffic pattern around an airport using the Cessna 172 Skyhawk with a G1000. So let's go. All right, there's our plane. There's our runway. Let's go. All right, I have my throttle set on idle. That way we don't actually take off by accident. So the hat switch controls your camera. You go in, out, back and forth. And if I take a look on the outside, if I twist this way, the rudder will move to the corresponding direction. And there's some buttons right here that also control the rudder. There's some buttons on the back that control the flaps. This button is our air brake, so when we're on the ground, we can hit it as brakes when we're taxiing, but it will not work in the middle of the air. All right, so our flaps are set at 10 degrees. So we are going to take them off, and we are going to maintain center, and we're going to go for 55, and then we're going to take off. We're going to maintain VY, which is 76 knots, sorry. All right, as we can see on the G1000, leave the ground at 55, but not too much. Off the ground. Still maintain. Find that 76 knots. All right, now start pitching up for that 10-degree angle. Then we're going to reach 5,300 feet while maintaining 75 knots. I turned off the flaps because an increase of drag, even though with lift, but we need our speed, so I don't want too much drag, so to speak. So if I zoom out, we're still aligned with the magenta line, so we're doing pretty good. If I hit the stripe button, it shows the points of interest on the camera, so we're still on track with the runway. All right, so now we're gonna do our turn. See how it performs. Maintain 5,300, 75 knots. Just let go of the throttle just to see if the RPM would change during the turn. RPM's fine. So the throttle is pretty good at managing the power on this joystick. My main joystick as a student pilot is the Turtle Beach one with the Turtle Beach pedals. However, we're not going to care about that because we are using this Thrustmaster. Sorry. So maintain 75, 5,700. All right, I'm at my speed. Now I just need to be patient a little bit to reach my target altitude. Not too steep of a turn. I'm at full throttle. Okay. We're a little off. I'm going to go back and intercept the magenta. They want us at 6,000 feet. I have 0 flaps, so my whole speed is... my altitude is dictated by my speed and pitch instead of the additional lift we get with the flaps. However, the flaps can get messed up if we're going too fast outside of the white arc, which we are outside of the white arc right now. So I am going to start slowing down because we need the flaps again to set up for our landing. We're in the white arc, so I'm going to extend those flaps. Now they want 80 knots. For the most part, I'm at full power. Climbing. Come on. If I pitch down. All right. So 80 knots, and we're at 60,000. So now we can start going back to 1,900 RPM. And then we're going to start turning on to base, and then final, and then we're going to land. So at this point, I am going to want to hit my second flap. Push the nose down. Make that left turn, not too steep. Don't overshoot, don't overshoot. Forget it. We're gonna go do that recovery. We don't want to go outside our flap. Maintain 75. Okay, turn to final. You don't want to overshoot final. And at final, I'm going to go for a full flap landing. I am at full flaps. I am aiming for those numbers. I need to get back to 65 knots. I slowly glided in. Going too slow. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Not too slow because you're going to stall. We're going to butter this thing. Perfect. Okay. Get it slightly aligned. Throttle's at idle. Pitch up for ground effect. Get it close. Perfect. On the center. Steer it with the rudder and hit that brake button and this button and hold it down. Personally, as a student pilot in this same plane with the G1000, Cessna 172, I love the yoke system more than the stick. However, I find the stick perfect in Microsoft Flight Sim for helicopters and everything else other than a Cessna. But I underestimated it. I think it did pretty good for this Cessna, despite Cessnas not being designed with a stick. They're designed with a yoke. I think we did pretty good. All right, let's see our final score. Let's see how well we can do in a Cessna with a stick instead of a yoke. And we had no trim wheel either. Okay, we did somewhat good. We did very bad on the downwind, but the landing was good. Takeoff was amazing. That crosswind was good. Everything else was good. So let this be known that even though you don't have rudder pedals, trim wheel, or the Cessna style yoke and mixture and throttle system, you can still get some decent stuff done in Microsoft Flight Sim with just this flight stick. So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching.